I'm Rob Smyjunas. I'm now living in Cincinnati. I'm from the New England area, more specifically New Hampshire. And today and for the past 25 years I've been in real estate development and finance and business development. I think everybody wanted their kids to do better. You always heard that, I want my kids to do better, even at a young age. And when I was 8 years old, when I started working, I don't think I thought about the American dream. And I was going back thinking about, okay, when did the American dream really start for me, if there was one? Because I'm not sure at that time I was really thinking about it. I was thinking more so about the opportunity, everything, the freedoms of this country gave me as a young kid. Like, I could work whenever I wanted to, I could earn how much ever I wanted to, I could buy what I wanted to. And at 8 years old I was always buying my own clothes, everything I owned, I bought it at a very young age. So the American dream was the ability to do what I needed to do, to achieve material things at that particular moment in time. So I think my American dream is wanting to, hopefully my kids to achieve more than I am, and more than I will leave them. I was so successful at one part of the business that a particular retailer came to me at that time in the 80s and said, or 90s, and said, we want you to build our supermarket. We want you to own it and lease it to us. And it was a huge transaction, and it was really big for me because I had never done this before. So what inspired me wasn't necessarily I wanted to do it. Believe it or not, what the inspiration was the fact that a retailer said, because I had done a lot of work for them, they said, this is your time, you're going to own this. And we are going to help you through this journey, and it's going to be very, very scary, and you're going to learn a lot, and you're going to make mistakes. And we're going to help you get through that, because we want you to be one of these people that develops for us going forward. That was a major, major turning point in my life, because development up until then was not something I was focusing on. And in a very young age, in my 20s, I was now a developer. My job is about dreaming every day. I look at sites, for instance, in Cincinnati, we just got, today, Kroger announced they're going on our Oakley Station project, which is a big redevelopment of an existing industrial site here in Cincinnati. That was something I conceived 15 years ago, and now it's coming to be. I think that development offers me the opportunity to paint a future in my mind and then to execute on what I think something can be. The other part of it is also making an impact on people's lives. In real estate development, we make an impact on everybody's life. Most cases, people are positively impacted, whether it's by jobs, whether it's by convenience and quality of life because of what is developed on a site. But that's part of what we do as developers. It's part of what I do, is make an impact on somebody's life. So I get to dream, I get to execute on that dream, and then I get to provide people with jobs and a better quality of life, hopefully. And hopefully it's a development that stays around for a long, long time and actually gets better because the area gets better because of the development. So, as part of the American dream, you have the possibility of doing anything you want, but you also have the risk of it being taken away. And that is just all part of it. And people, you know, people are, in some regards, jealous of success, and then they celebrate your failure. That's one thing that I've, in growing up, especially in the New England atmosphere, that is something that I always promised myself I'd always celebrate everybody else's success, and I'd be the first one to call if somebody had a challenge in their life, whether they lost their job, whether they got a lawsuit against them, whatever. I'm always the first one, and because that's part of this whole process of achieving your own dream is you got to have some help along the way. It's important to look at what others think that's impossible and make it possible. Our family created cable television, and if it wasn't for my grandfather in Pennsylvania wanting to watch a baseball game, the Philadelphia Phillies, we wouldn't have cable television. And I only bring that up because of the fact that that's all part of the American dream, is dream big. Never let anybody say you can't do it, and pursue it.